Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to the 5th edition of Lane College's Inside the Den. I'm Tyler Newkirk. I'm here with my co-host, Kayon Young.
How do you do?
We're going to open up today's show with you guys talking about what's hot and what's not. So, Kayon, what's hot?
How can I even break it down for you? We got Greek life,
Okay.
winter attire,
Okay.
homecoming that's coming up in
I'm
a few
excited about
weeks.
that, yeah.
And then we even got the impact of President Hampton since he became a president of
definitely.
Lane College.
I think the biggest one out of what you just said to me, the biggest one is probably, I'm more excited about homecoming. Like, we have the Grand Marshal this year leading the parade, Jasmine Guy. For those of you who don't know, she's actually Whitley from the hit HBCU show, A Different World. So I'm actually excited about that, to see that. And it's definitely a show that I watched every day, all day. It's like a Martin. It's like those kind of shows to me that I constantly stayed in tune with. So I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, then we also got, the Wild and Out crew is coming up for homecoming too. We're going to share a little bit of laughs. I'm going to be busting the gut, especially if they do the family reunion segment too.
Who we introducing?
All that.
And they have a build-up coming to that too. We have a Wild and Out hosted by Big Nick. I want to say that's this Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, coming up, and that's going to be in Graves Hall. So I'm actually excited about that because now we get a little sneak peek of, I guess, what's to come when the real Wild and Out when it actually does come.
Y'all should go ahead and check that out.
But to the winter attire, that's a hot topic because I'm more of a fall kind of guy. I'm from up north, from a Chicago boy, you know that. I like the jackets and the little hoodie weather and the boots and those type of things. But even with this crazy weather that we've been seeing, I've been seeing kids walking around in flip-flops with no socks in the rain and flip-flops with socks and, just a bunch of crazy stuff. And I'm trying to figure out, like, all right, what are we doing here, folks? Like,
I feel like it's like you got flip-flops with no socks and it's raining. Like, that's a nasty combination right there.
It is.
Like, who even do something like that? Like, what would you possess you to even do something?
I guess that's the good old Southerners. Cause, up north, I don't think we do nothing like that.
I'm gonna have to cut you off on that one. Cause like, I'm from Memphis, and trust me, we don't do none of that stuff.
Well,
that's just more of an individual thing.
Chicago and Memphis already got a little back and forth thing going. With Memphis think they better than Chicago, but I'm a city boy, so we do it better up north.
Look, just because y'all up north, y'all the big name city up there, don't mean nothing, man. Cause we got one thing that Chicago wish they ever have.
And what is that?
Barbecue.
If we gonna stay on hot, Chicago barbecue better than Memphis barbecue.
What?
See, even look at it like this. Our barbecue stay open all night. Like, especially on the weekend, y'all barbecue down here close early. Y'all barbecue down here close at 10, 11. Our barbecue back in Chicago, we don't close until 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
I want to know why.
Yeah, it's club hours. It's real barbecue. That's when the smoke comes shooting out of the chimneys and we smelling all good and it be running for blocks long. I'm trying to tell you something.
Hey, all I gotta say, if your line don't wrap around the whole store 3 times, you ain't got good barbecue.
I threw all that in more. So do it up. I ain't trying to hit it. Chicago better. But no, we're gonna go back to the impact President Hampton has made since becoming the president here. I know this is my second semester here at Lane as a transfer student, so I know you can probably speak to a little bit of the things that he does more.
What can I even begin with? It's just like, since I've been here since 15, and the improvements that he did for the campus has been major. Like, we was like the first class to even have Wi-Fi within the campus. Cause I heard from like different alumni, like they not even had Wi-Fi to begin with. Like, not even had to like Wi-Fi.
Right.
What is that? Like, that's them, but for us, we first had that, and that was like major for us. Then when we had with cams, we was first introduced with that too, and that helped out a whole lot. Cause my freshman year, that was a lot. I felt like I was almost in Stump the Yard with DJ when he was trying to get his classes and stuff in a long line, and the line was coming out the buildings and stuff. Like that was a big major relief for us.
Yeah, and I think you can speak more so to the technical aspects of it than I can, but what President Hampton does to me is I like to see he's active. He's at a lot of the sporting events.
Yeah.
He's an active president. He goes and he supports everyone, and as well as that, he has a good smile. Like he's one of the presidents who's engageable. You can walk up to him, shake his hand. He'll check up on you. How are you doing?
Yeah.
How's your day going? Have a nice little conversation with you, and then everybody moves along and proceeds to doing what they're doing. So I actually like that part about him. And you just said Stump the Yard, so that took me to Greek life a little bit. It's Greek season.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have all of the recruiting and all of the informational meetings and things of that nature. So I'm actually excited about what we have to come that's hot. The knot part, it's a lot of knots to talk about.
Woo.
I think it's a lot it's so like too much to actually explain in depth about, but we have stuff like calf etiquette, dorm etiquette, people wearing pajamas outside.
Like, who does that?
Wearing hair bonnets around whenever and wherever they want to. We got smoking outside on the smoke-free campus, or kids smoking in the dorms, right next to fire alarms and setting the alarms off. Also, beefs among the students, among the campus, and
What's
things
beef?
What's beef?
What's beef?
What's beef? But then you also, the biggest one for me, I think, is probably people hanging around campus who no longer attend here or no longer go to Lane. And for me, that's kind of personal because I take that as somewhat of a problem. Not somewhat of, it's a major problem. And I think that's where men should step in a little bit more and kind of not be overbearing, but kind of protect the females and just kind of bring back chivalry and how it once was, and how we like that big word, chivalry, and how it should be, I guess, these days.
Me and cheese.
But no, I think that's probably the biggest knot for me. People hanging around campus where they shouldn't be, and they no longer go here. It's the safety hazard, it's the safety reason.
I feel like once you graduate, that's like you already went into that phase. Now you're supposed to be going on to the next thing, the next big thing. So if you just staying around campus, I understand, you know what I'm saying, that's a big, you know what I'm saying, big moment for you, but if you stand around campus, like, you must really don't have nothing to do in your life.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a big, like,
that's
yeah,
bizarre to
exactly.
me.
Like, you were here, and now you're gone.
Hey,
like, I mean, it's time to move on. It's time to grow up. It's time to grow out of the old ways of doing things and, kind of move on with your life. It's still kind of somewhat sad to see if you're at the same parties that we are and at the same kind of functions and events that we are taking place, occurring or having fun at or doing whatever we're doing. It's kind of weird, but, I digress. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. We'll join you guys back with the next segment.
After these messages. Hey.
Mitch, you don't got a parking decal? All right, you're going to get a ticket.
A parking ticket? Man, I wish somebody would give me a parking ticket. Get out of here with that. You already know, I'm stuck. Wow.
That's what you get. That's what you get. How much?
That's
How
crazy.
much?
$50.
I bet you get that parking decal. I bet you
Man,
listen
that's
to me.
crazy.
I bet you
That
listen
is
to me.
crazy. Attention all Lane College students. Please be sure to get your parking decal. You can purchase a decal in the cashier's office. Parking decals are $50 for the year. This message is brought to you by Lane College.
The library located in CMAC at Lane College is not only the pursuit of potential, but it is where we learn to succeed. With over a collection of 90,000 volumes of print and non-print materials, the library provides 10,942 ebooks for faculty members, students, and staff members. Sections are designed for individual study, small group study rooms, seminars, viewing rooms, and computer facilities. Staffed with 3 beautiful librarians, this is definitely where true potential is conquered.
Welcome back to Inside the Den. I'm your host, Kayon Young, with my co-host, Tyler Newkirk, and a special guest, Justin Robinson.
Oh my gosh.
Before we get into that, we're going to talk about the volleyball team and their upcoming schedule. So, the volleyball team, they're going to go into a tournament, SIAC.
SIAC. Just say SIAC.
SIAC.
Just say SIAC.
SIAC conference crossover. Got all that going. And then after that, in October the 8th, they go against Lamar Orm at home.
Yes.
And then after that, with the 11th, we go against Oakwood University. It's going to be streamed, hopefully, on Facebook. But that's besides the point. What really matters is football.
Dang.
Not just saying that
What really matters? They matter too. Volleyball matters too.
Hey, when you just got so much juice into this football, it's just so much you just gotta talk about.
Beyond me.
I can go along with you there for the simple fact that football has been the hottest topic, probably trending on Lane's campus.
Right.
They recently came off of a tough loss, a 7-14 loss, there to Albany State, which was a rough one. The Dragons now moved to 0-3, 0-2 in conference play. But on the bright side, they have 2 games coming up. The next 2 games are away against Tuskegee University on the 29th, and that's followed by Hampton University on October 6th. So hopefully they're able to that's a good game. Hopefully they're able to regroup and get things back together. The bright spot for them was Amari Hampton's 18-yard touchdown pass from QB Marcus Reynolds on Saturday. So that was definitely a bright spot, to say the least, but
That was an amazing catch.
It was a great catch. It was. Like, I wish they
That
could have gotten
catch
that.
was amazing.
It was.
Hey, y'all see this? The catch that's on right now on the screen. That was a 4th and 37 catch.
Yeah.
And he caught that, and we were on our way down to score. I really believed in those last minutes of that game, if the refs would have been calling the right calls, it could have went the right way. See, I don't know if they can pull up the picture quick enough, but it's a picture of the receiver 81. He was going up for the catch. It was the one-handed catch. It was in the end zone.
On the side.
And if you look at the picture, the guy's helmet, number 13, his helmet is pinned to his hand, and all he can do is go up like this. And that wasn't called a pass interference. I don't know how it wasn't called a pass interference, but it wasn't. And another thing I want to pick on is the first half. We opened up the game. The first drive, it was 2 runs and a pass. Mm-hmm. If we noticed week in for the last 3 games, once we went away from the run game, what has happened?
Yeah. See, I think this is probably where things have got to change, at least as far as the scheme, and now we're just gonna be football enthusiasts, and we're gonna have football smarts. Meaning now it's just time to think like how coordinators should think, and kind of sort of how players should think. Like you just said, every time they go away from the run, like you just said, that's when things kind of break down for them.
Yeah.
Like you just said, the past couple weeks, they've had success. I want to say Jeffrey had 2 big touchdown runs. Was that last week?
Yes.
2 great big breakout runs.
2 60-plus yard runs.
Yeah, and they have 2 bulls in the backfield.
And Justin Hill.
Exactly. And Justin Hill is impressive for the simple fact that no matter what the game is looking like or no matter how the game is turning, he always is the one that is kind of trying to light a fire under his team and keep the keep the motivation up and kind of keep the team in good spirits regardless of what's going on. But yeah, you have two big guys like that who definitely can tote the football. Why go away from them? At some point, you got to mix it up with some play action.
And then it's like you can hand the ball off to Jeffrey, and he can either go in the middle or he can bounce out and go up the field. He has that elusiveness, and he has that will to, if he have to, he can drop his shoulder and keep going. Now Justin is the inside player. It's 3rd and 2, give it to Justin. He about to go get 2-3 yards. But he also, if y'all noticed Saturday, he caught a couple passes himself, a couple of flare routes. If y'all really watched, he tried to juke him. It's not his thing, but he made it where he got them extra yards.
Right.
You know, and we have 2 bulls in the backfield. Why not use them? I mean, my opinion, I like Marcus Reynolds' play in the second half better than his play in the first.
Yeah.
And I say this because he was a little more relaxed in the pocket, and he thought through all his processes of who he was throwing to before he all right, now I got to get up out of here and go. Like, he had his times where he had to get up out of there and go. But for the most part, in that second half, he stayed in that pocket and he delivered the ball. And the passing game was working in the second half. But in order for that passing game to continue to work, you have to run the ball.
Yeah, but and this is where, to me, Reynolds a lot of times is in distress, meaning he's running for his life and he has to get out of different jams and situations. I think the offensive line definitely needs to kind of, and I'm not calling them out in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but I think that has to be a point of emphasis coming up this week and the week to follow. The offensive line has to strengthen their core, and they have to find a way to protect their quarterback. It's the little details, and I'm not seeing the offensive line pick up their quarterback when he gets knocked to the ground, or pick up the running backs when they're on the ground and it's time to get them up off from under the pile or whatever the case may be. So I think these next 2 weeks against what is
Tuskegee and Hampton, this is going to be the toughest. This is going to be the toughest games.
They have big
both on the road.
Yeah.
And we all seen how Tuskegee can get at home, and then they're going to have their crowd behind them under the shed. It's going to be a great atmosphere down there in Alabama this coming Saturday. I will be in attendance.
Yeah, but I will say this. I think this is a big week. This is a big test, and I'm going to look at the camera right and say this. This is a big test for the football team, and this week and the week to follow, it's going to be time to man up. Now they're going to have to sit, and they're going to have to set their feet, and they're going to have to take they're going to have to take it, and they're going to have to mean to take it. They're going to have to take the game. They're going to have to man up, and they're going to have to show that they can do this. They're tough. They can block out all of the noise, and it's time to man up and play some real football.
Yeah, like 110%.
Yeah.
Give them that all.
That's a great picture. I actually took that picture.
Also, it's a great picture because you took it.
Yeah, I think he's just saying
yeah.
Wow, this is crazy. How y'all feel about me? I felt like I had it. You feel me?
You do your thing out there.
I had to. I got to do my thing how I do my thing.
Exactly.
You feel me?
If nobody else going to do it, who's going to do it?
Right. And on that note, we'll be right back after these messages.
Touchdown.
Come on a journey with us to a world connecting you to your college. With a world that is changing at a rapid pace and is technology driven, the Mass Communication Department provides valuable news and information to the public, providing commentary, entertaining through film, radio, television. You can count on the Mass Communications Dragons to keep you on your toes and in the know of the latest activities going on campus, on all social sites. WLCD, the voice of the Dragons.
Hey everybody, I hope your students enjoyed your summer. This 2018-2019 school year, we have a lot in store for you. And speaking of stores, make sure you visit your local bookstore so you can get your books. Every student this year is entitled to their own books. It's included in your tuition. So stop by today. It's behind your water tower located right by the all-girls dorm. On your way there, you'll see the gym and you'll see the blacktop. Just make sure you're looking out for the bookstore. We can't wait to see you.
home in this beat.
And welcome back to Inside the Den. I just want to pick up on something because I want to make sure that y'all see what I'm seeing. So we about to throw this picture up there from what I was talking about. See, on that, I wish I had the little marker thing so I can circle it, you know. Right there you see 13 helmet is in his arm right there. That from this picture right here, that is a clear pass interference, and it was not called. And it was another call. It was another call. The same guy, Quan, he caught a pass. He caught it inbounds. From where I was at, I was not that far from him. Kayon, you weren't that far from him. You were actually on the camera. That was right by the touchdown. And when I had that conversation with you, because I wasn't that far, but I was a nice distance away to, you feel me, where I can be iffy. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he was still in bounds. I'm gonna ask you, Kayon, do you believe that he was in bounds on that play?
When I took the shot, it looked like he was in bounds. So when they say it was pass interference, I'm like, I like how they have all these refs, but still miscalled, like did not really look into the play thoroughly.
Yeah, I was kind of upset about that. I really wasn't too fond of that.
And see, y'all had the better vantage points because I was up high filming it. And from my angle, granted, I'm kind of behind people on the sidelines and some of the players, but to me, it looked like he was out of bounds. Or it was one of those shots where I couldn't tell. But obviously, y'all had the better perspectives and y'all had the better.
I was on the field.
Right, exactly. Y'all had the better on the field. Y'all had the better viewpoints than I did. But from what I saw, it looked like it was a tough call to make.
This is why I say it was in bounds. We are in the NCAA Division II football.
1 foot, right?
In NCAA, it's only 1 foot.
Yeah. He got 1 foot in bounds.
He got 1 foot in bounds. That's all you need is 1 foot. You don't
apparently
need
the ref didn't see that.
You don't need 2 feet. This ain't the pros.
Yeah, and it's actually the other shot. I think that was the one. That's the pass interference shot we were talking about. That it was a pass interference. Yeah. Again, that's where it goes back to vantage points. That's the shot where he got 1 foot in. But it goes back to vantage points, which I feel like the officials should have been in the right place. That was a great ball too. It was. Where I feel like the officials should have been in the right place. Granted, those are tough calls to make, but at some point when the game gets down to it, some calls should be a little bit tighter than others. The pass interference one, that was, to me, from where I was from, that was a little 50-50. Because again, it goes back to vantage points. From my point, I thought he might have jumped a little bit prematurely. But again, I'm all the way up high shooting it. Y'all are down on the field, y'all have a better view. Mm-hmm. But the touchdown, that's definitely one that if y'all saw it, boom, that's what it was. It was 1 foot, and the ref has the same view, if not better, so he should have made the correct call if he really did have 1 foot in.
Speaking of advantages, all of the students, am I on camera? All of the students at Lane College should take advantage, freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. Take advantage of getting involved in your field of study. I'm gonna use my field of study, for example. I am a mass communications major. Granted, when I first got here, the mass communications department was not where it is today. Right. When I first got to the department, we was on the 3rd floor of the library, so we wasn't really hands-on.
Exactly.
Okay, now by us being so hands-on and we put out different productions throughout a week, we do football, basketball, volleyball, chapel, we do the studio productions.
We do more than you guys think. We do a lot of stuff.
The freshman mass communications majors can come out and help with productions. You don't have to be a sophomore, junior, or senior just to get involved in your field of study, start as early as you can. And that goes for all the majors. Start as early as you can. Go talk to your advisors, your professors, and see what you can get involved in class, on campus, around campus, near campus, something that can benefit you on getting better and perfecting your craft in whatever field of study that you're in. I really feel like, because if I had the advantages that the mass communications freshmen have,
Now.
Yeah.
Man.
And nor do you have to be experienced in these things,
Right.
in these fields of study to actually get involved and get your hands dirty.
It's
and actually
quite normal.
practice.
It's quite normal for you to be non-experienced
Exactly.
because I mean we in college. That's what we are here for. Our professors are here to teach us and help us understand what we need to understand, so we can get out there into the real world and perfect our craft more and more.
Yeah. Now, I want to switch stuff up for a hot second. I want to go to stuff on like a little bit more of a brighter note. The TV is about to get really great. I just don't know if y'all understand
really?
this. I'm sorry, I just had to switch that up. But TV is about to get really great. Like, we have a lot of great shows about to start. I'm from Chicago again, so I like the Chicago PDs, the Fires, the Meds.
Chicago everything, huh?
Right, but we got like Empire coming back, Grey's Anatomy, like all these dope Power, but obviously they ended. We still gotta wait a whole another year, but I don't know. I just wanted to wrap that up with that.
Like,
I just threw y'all. But
this is my views on those shows. Every show you just named, I have never watched an episode of none of those shows.
You not?
I'm about to tell you the type of shows that I like. You know, things like The Flash. You know, things like Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage.
That's okay, man. That's okay.
I mess with Luke Cage.
Those shows, and just to throw this out there, Black Panther is now on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a must watch. It's a must watch.
So if you didn't get a chance to go see Black Panther in the movie theater, or you didn't get the bootleg edition. You didn't get the bootleg edition. You can go on Netflix and watch Black Panther, the whole movie. Me and my girl actually, we sat at the house one day when I first realized it was on there. And she had never watched Black Panther.
Okay.
But she had watched the new Avengers movie that came out after Black Panther. And you know, it goes into Infinity War. You know, it goes into it goes into like some of the stuff. It pulls out some of the stuff from Black Panther, and she wasn't. Yeah, she really wasn't understanding it. So when she watched Black Panther, she was just in a whole nother world. She was walking around the house one day talking about Wakanda forever.
So you saying Netflix and chill now is probably gonna be at its best?
Yes, because it's more like the movies on Netflix. Are like the movies, the TV shows.
TV shows alone. Is
Yes, they really
amazing.
take. Like because of Netflix, I don't really watch regular television anymore. Like Netflix has really taken over. Like, but I appreciate Netflix and everything that they do. Everything. Listen, Netflix, I want to tell you that I love you. You know, you guys are in my heart dearly, and I just want to tell you guys, if you're watching this, you know, you should contact us and get with us.
You ain't gonna give Hulu no love either? What about Hulu?
Hulu's nice, but I'm with Netflix. Team
Hulu's
Netflix.
nice.
Take Netflix?
Team Netflix.
Oh, dang, Hulu, you gotta step up your game then.
All right. It's been great. I know I didn't come to the second segment, but it's been great on this show with you guys today.
It's been nice.
Let's change the pace here.
Let's switch it up a little bit.
But don't forget to follow us on all our social media outlets, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If those can get through up real quick to see. And don't forget, we stream all the football games, so if you didn't watch a football game, you can go watch it on YouTube. If you want to watch Chapel and get an understanding on what Chapel is about, it's on YouTube as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And that's it from Inside the Den. See you guys next week. Hi, Mom.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.